G'day, it's Clive Roxinger here. I've just finished putting a project together, which is this thing here, and I felt compelled to do this because when I started doing this 40 years ago, I felt it was complicated. Now I just built this and put it all together, and the amount of work that it's taken to do this, I mean, it's not a complaint, I'm not whinging, but I do many other things. I don't just do electronics. And the thing that got me with this is when I started doing this, I thought the first job I gave myself when I got my 3D printer was I had 153 little fittings for things like Phillips head screws and that little hex head tools. So I separated them all out and I made containers up for them, and I made these little things, right? Now, when I made them all up, I ended up with this. It's just staggering. And then I thought, what an idiot, you got all the same ones. Well, it turns out they're not. With this electronic stuff, there's about 15 or 20 different sizes of Phillips heads. And what you've got to look at, in actual fact, is the pointy end of the Phillips head. They've got different they've got different thicknesses of the end part, and what it is when you try and get it into the screw head, it doesn't bed in properly. So if you look at the size of the head, so I've got to try and get this into the light. If you look at the size of the very tip of the Phillips head, they tend to vary, and you can see this end one here. See how it's fairly thick? I don't know, I can't really get that. So it's got a fairly thick head on it, and you see this very fine one. It's this one here is almost a needle point on the end of that. See how? See that? It's got almost a needle end on it, and they're all slightly different. So anyway, I've spent years and years and years getting all this stuff down to a science. I need spanners. Now this is the spanners I need for the job I'm doing at the moment. And you think to yourself, well, I got those spanners, I'll get a full set. So you get this. There's your full set. But then you've got the management of this. Alright, so you want a power put your picking screws in. You're looking at hundreds and hundreds of dollars for this stuff. Nearly $1,000 they quoted me. I needed a place for me rubber bands, so I custom designed a box. And I wrote on it medium length rubber bands. I've got 3 different types. I've also got to go up to this type of thing, which are also rubber bands. You know, as a panel beater, I struggle with this, and I don't claim to be a rocket scientist. I struggle with it. I don't like doing this for a job. I love designing things and I like the end result, but electronics, I hate it. I hate it. I did a job the other day and I had a bad lead, and I had to trace my way right through the whole circuit, and I bloody loathed it. It was terrible. It's awful. It's a bugger of a job. It's alright when you're young and full of beans. I'm 68. The slightest thing that goes wrong with me, even a fly, will be like the end of the world with me. It's just, I don't know, every little thing is a niggle. But I'm finding that the amount of stuff that you need with this is not really about not spending money, it's what you spend your money on. Flashlights. Get this type, the super high powered. This has got a single LED in it. My last one, the red one, and this is how organised I am. This is where I keep all of my calculators and hand controls, and there's the old one. Look at the LEDs it's got in this thing. You get the super high powered, but look, I've got graphing calculators. Look at this, it just goes on and on, man. More phone. That's me recorder, my digital recorder. And I've actually got more than this. I've got stuff in here. I've got stuff in here. You know, you got to manage this stuff, and it gets so difficult. But when you do get to it, you've got to have procedures. You've got to have guidelines. And I think when you work for an electronic business, they would say, okay, you're going to solder up. There's your soldering iron, there's your solder, right? The first thing you want to do is this. I reckon that's how they do it. They would have everything in they need for the job, for one job, and then they would do that job, and they need to set it all up. If you're going to do this as a general scheme of things and design things like that, now, to design this, right, which you would think, oh, it's only a tiny little, it's not like a car. This is just a tiny little, it's a toy, right? There is, look how many, there's 21 directories of this. And what I do is I break it up into STL, so that is a print. And that's, it's number 26 as far as backups is concerned, but it's T4. See that? STL T4. And so what I do is that one there. And what you've got to do is you'll have your file that you print out from, that you have set up, and you've got to set up with respective axes. See how it's set up on your XY axis, 1, 3, 7. See how it's set up on all your axes. But if you go back to the build when you're making it up, it's got all the rest of your paraphernalia in there. If I go old hide, it'll bring all of your, oh, it might not be on that one. It has, I just had to pick that one, didn't I? It has all of your other stuff. And I've just done the same again. Back it up again. My point is, right, here's one here with all the spaces and things. See, that's what you have. And that's your setup file. So you've got to have procedures and processes and special numbering systems and lots of money, and even that, after all of that, you have to have mathematical knowledge. See there'd be $100 worth of screws in there. Every little group of those screws is $4, and you get about 4 or 5 screws in there, 6 screws or something. There'd be up around $100 worth of screws in there. Special tools, and even when you got a screw or a nut and bolt left over, you end up with this. This stuff's tough, but I'm getting it sorted out. This is my new HC toy. I'm just about to get this into operation, but yeah, it's a job. Doing electronics, mechatronics, boy oh boy, is it tough. Clive Rocksinger, over and out.